What are you talking about?
We were talking about AI Darth Vader in Fortnite and how people have been abusing it.
Apparently you can, because of what you ask it and talk to it about, it then learns how to behave, which is not good. That's not a good thing to do.
I think it was under 12 hours for him to start saying slurs.
Like racist things.
Racial slurs and racist things. In under 12 hours of him being released, people got him to start saying that.
There's a lawsuit going on, I think. Like, even though James Earl Jones said that they could use his AI voice for the Fortnite character, there's a lawsuit happening over the use of his voice.
Well, I know that he said that they could use the AI of Darth Vader for like future Star Wars projects.
Oh, but maybe not for Fortnite.
Maybe not Fortnite.
Okay, so they
that's what the family was like.
Boundaries.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do like episode whatever, or Darth Vader is in this, not Fortnite.
And now Fortnite's got him saying racist stuff.
Yeah,
well, Fortnite doesn't have him say it, but the users.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
that's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not a good look for Darth Vader.
We could dim it. I will say this though: everybody wants to defend Darth Vader, and I don't support anything that people are doing on Fortnite with Darth Vader. But I will say this: he helped blow up Alderaan.
Yeah, he did.
Which had billions of people on it.
Well,
okay, so he's not a good guy.
What's worse? This might be a bad question. Blowing up Alderaan, which should have billions of people on it.
Billions of people.
Or like when he slaughtered the younglings by his own hand.
Yeah,
you know,
because
Alderaan is like you're at a distance and you can detach because you're not seeing these people up close. But Anakin Skywalker walked into a room full of younglings and let him have it by his own hand.
The Youngling Slayer 3000.
Yeah,
I'd say Alderaan was a lot less personal. You know, it's just a planet full of people.
Was it though?
But then you go into this room of kids and they're like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. They're looking at him as a trusted authority figure.
Do you know why he killed him?
So that there'd be no more Jedi.
No. What did you just say?
Master Oh, he was never a master.
He was offended by it.
Oh, that's a great point. I never thought about that before.
He was like, hey guys, I'm here to help you. You know, let me get you out of here. And he was like, Master Skywalker.
What'd you say?
What'd you call me? Went through it.
We don't grant you the rank of master.
And I think that's why he lost it on the younglings. Honestly, called it on themselves.
But what's worse is what I'm asking. What do you think?
Oh gosh. Well, I would say there's a little bit of the philosophy of like the tractor, or not the tractor, the train, where the train is on the tracks and it's going to like guaranteed to hit somebody.
Sure.
But you have a 50-50 chance of switching the tracks. 50% chance it saves that person, but the other 50% it may kill 10 people.
Right.
So what do? Do you switch the track, take the odds, or do you guarantee the death so you can save the 10 deaths?
I don't think you can make the determination.
It's an ethical like debate that they have in like colleges. A dilemma, yeah.
They should.
He didn't have to pull the trigger on either.
They should change it from the train analogy to Alderaan versus younglings.
Yeah, modern things. This is for all my Star Trek nerds. It's the Kobayashi Maru.
Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, it's like the scenario of like you have to learn how to fail, and like Captain Kirk hacks it. It's like
I don't believe in no-win scenarios. That's what he says.
Yeah, dude, Captain Kirk, honestly, iconic character.
Yeah. Did you like the new ones?
Oh yeah,
I thought they were really good.
The ones with like J.J. Abrams did.
Yeah, Chris Pine and
Chris Pine. Yeah. In fact, they were supposed to do a fourth one, and I loved them. It's good content, it's good characters. I thought they did a great job.
Yeah,
the first
really
one
well done.
Was really, really good. The second one was really good. The third one wasn't as
I don't think I saw
awesome.
the third one. Was that Star Trek Beyond? Is that what that was called?
Yes, and it has Idris Elba as like the bad guy.
Oh.
The big bad. He's pretty cool. But the one that had Khan, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. If you're a Star Trek nerd, it's so good. It's fantastic.
Great movies.
Welcome to another episode of the Ben Mayfield Podcast, brought to you by no sponsorships yet, but one day. I'm excited to be on the Ben Mayfield Podcast because it's two of my favorite guests. The chemistry on this set right here, undeniable. We have producer Jackson in the back over there. He's doing video and audio. We had our what do you call it? Our maintenance man?
Live audience.
No, that's our tech director.
That's our tech director. I like that. Tech director.
Yeah.
We have an executive producer, tech director, or executive producer is Jay Payne. But our tech director, Will, in the back. What's up, Will? Yeah, you can't hear him. That's great. Especially if you're like driving, like listening to like on Apple, you're like, what? Why are you giving a shout? I can't see this person. But my guess, you know him, you love him. To my left is probably my number one guest so far on the Ben Mayfield podcast.
Ooh, number one. Sorry, Garrett.
Yeah. As he's been here the most.
It's more like an appearances.
Appearances.
Not the most loved.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that.
I was not taking any offense.
Oh, I was trying to make you take offense. Dang it.
Mr. Jake Riggs.
What's up, buddy?
Dude, so glad to have you here,
Yeah, man.
as always. And then he's dressed like he's playing in the Masters today. He's got a Masters hat, Masters shirt, but he said he just went to church. And I was like, is your church in Augusta? Like, what? Yeah, at the chapel.
He worships that golf course.
It is beautiful.
Actually, a lot of people are really weird about it.
Can you tell me what the best score possible is in the game of golf?
18.
First of all,
I think you should have said
technically-
best possible
Technically,
That's
it's
what I was
like,
like-
that's like
Unless
a
the
hole
course
in one
is
on
up-
unless
every
Hawkeye is
course.
playing.
score. Yeah, right.
Played 18 shot 18.
I don't know what the
18
best
shot
score
18.
ever is.
Yeah, no.
But like,
I want to say it's probably something in the 50s, but yeah.
I think each course has a record.
Yeah.
Because they're all
But
different.
theoretically, 18 would be the best.
Yeah.
It'd be a miracle of God, but it'd be pretty cool. It's Garrett Moore.
what's up, everyone?
Hey, glad to have you. And we need more of Garrett Moore, and this is why. Garrett has a big announcement he wanted to tell everybody on the podcast today. He said this is exclusive. No one knows this.
This is breaking
He hasn't told a
news.
single soul, maybe multiple, maybe a lot of people. Who knows who he's told? But he has not told his audience. Garrett, what do you got?
I just got a job recently as a youth director for a church.
Dude, that's awesome.
Beep, 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 beep.
Congratulations.
You
man.
are now in charge. What's your top 3 fears? Go.
Top 3 fears: a child dying.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Hey, you know what you need to do? Take him to the Jedi Council room.
Let's see.
Skywalker.
Other
take over.
fears: a child somehow just coming to youth group and then being like, "Man, Christianity sucks.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna convert to some other religion."
And you having
Wait.
to try to like talk them through that.
Be like,
Y-
That'd
There's
be
a
rough.
scenario where you're like, "Hey guys, we have pizza, chips. We're gonna like play dodgeball," and the kid comes in, boom. I ain't a Christian no more. I'm going to Islam, and like you're like, that's your biggest fear. Like that's gonna happen.
I think that would be rough if a kid just comes in and he's like, "Hey man, listen, you did your best as youth leader, but I'm thinking Hinduism is it for me now."
So he's
Yeah.
afraid. He's afraid that it would have been
His
his
fault.
shortcomings.
Oh,
I'm not saying you have any.
like
but-
you didn't represent Christ well enough, and they saw that
and
representation.
this kid was teetering.
And they said,
You put-
I'm
and then
out.
and then you pushed him over the edge.
Hey, I see your God. Not the biggest fan of him. I'm gonna go try a few of the ones at the Hindu temple.
Man, what type
see
of
if it
kids
goes
do you
better
have,
there.
man? That's a lot.
And then, next one,
All right.
I would say a kid accidentally cursing in front of a kid.
Oh, you doing it?
Yeah, if I were to,
Oh, you cursed
if
in
I
front
were
of
to
a kid.
say something,
done
just
that.
Yeah.
either you've cursed at me when
And
I was
this
a youth
kid.
kid, Jake. We were playing a board game, and I got you out. You go, Garrett, you insert not nice word here.
It wasn't that bad.
To be
It
fair,
was not terrible.
To be fair, the reason that happened is because we were also watching the Braves
Braves.
and the NLDS, and they gave up 13 runs to the Cardinals in like the first 2 innings, and I was distraught.
And to be fair, Garrett was Garrett.
He was being the thing I called him.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
You get people out in coup. That's
I
how the
remember,
game.
I remember what
Oh,
it was.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I give you heads up, can I say it and you can bleep it out?
Jackson, can we bleep this out? Yeah.
I called him a wad.
And the thing is,
You may not have to
bleep
bleep
that
that
out.
out. That may not be that bad.
I
don't know.
wasn't too shocked by it. Like, it did not take me aback. Everyone else was like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and I was like,
And Jake probably had one
Okay.
of those moments like, crap.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It slipped out. But Garrett and I, we had that relationship.
"Yeah, no."
Yeah.
It's
It
just,
wasn't a
Dude,
huge
do
thing.
you know what game we had to ban from youth group? Talking about your fears. We had a ban.
Resistance?
no.
Secret Hitler.
Oh, Secret
Yeah,
Hitler.
We had a
Because
ban.
that-
I banned it.
that one girl wanted to accuse me of being Hitler in that game.
If you don't know, Secret Hitler is a board game you can buy like at Walmart, Target, and the only thing that it's like there's people who are like, I don't know, like secret,
There's people who are like the police,
the fascists,
the fascists, and the
liberals,
liberals,
and the
and
yeah,
then
what-
a
freedom.
Hitler.
the freedom folks, and then there's a Hitler, and there's 2 people who are trying to deduce who Hitler is
Yeah.
amongst them because Hitler's
Um,
trying to help
to
the
take
fascists.
over.
So But okay, so
All of it.
somebody it got too competitive.
Yeah, it got too
somebody
competitive.
was yelling things that they shouldn't have.
And the only strategy is lying.
Yeah.
There is no like, all right, we can like do some strategy. There's no trading of like, I give you this, you give me that. There is no luck of the dice. It's pure lying. And so when you're trying to have a youth group and people are accusing each other, you're a liar, and they're like, I swear on my life.
And some of them are really good at it.
Really good.
It was just like,
also concerning.
we don't need to help you practice being a good liar.
And so I was just like, I don't need a game that just causes tension of people.
It would
lying.
carry over.
It would carry over.
It was that one, and then Resistance.
I think Avalon
Yeah.
was the other big
and
one.
Coup.
Yeah,
We played Coup a lot. A lot of lying had to because you're trying to
bluffing. Like,
Yeah,
I was just bluffing. It's like, okay, you were lying.
right.
Yeah.
Coup is the
I don't like
worst
that.
one, in my opinion, because I'll say this with Avalon and Secret Hiller. I've never had someone call me names or get physically aggressive with me over that. But there was multiple times while we were playing Coup where someone would actually hit me or throw a shoe at me or call me a nice word.
Some really competitive folks who took it way too far.
Yeah.
And it would like we tried to say what happens here, like we leave it at the table, and when we're done here, we go on with our lives and being
Well, and there'd be a
kind to one
strategy
another.
of like everybody starts off like with Q with 2 lives, and so the strategy would be if I have 2 lives, Jake has 2 lives, and Garrett has 1 life, and little Johnny over here, who's mad at Garrett. The strategy would be to make myself or Jake also have 1 life, so like they're closer to getting out of the game.
Right.
But people would be like, "No, I don't like you. I'm taking you out."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm not strategically. I am not a threat.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care. I don't like you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It would get real personal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you like this sports team, so I'm taking your life away.
You're out.
Yeah.
There were some rounds that were funny. Like there was one.
Oh,
Yeah,
we had
that's
there were
where
times we had
Bennett
fun.
and I, we just
There's a reason why we kept playing.
We didn't look at our cards, and so we played a whole game not knowing what we have, and so you couldn't call our bluff because it's like I don't know what
that's
I
true.
have.
Some people would
I'm also bluff.
some people would try to break the game by not.
Do you remember what my strategy was, Jake?
Yeah, you used to like. Well,
Always
you
claim
always
a
would
dude.
say what you were.
I was. Yeah, I always told the truth.
Yeah.
that was my strategy.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Are you a fascist?" I am not.
And then me, Big Dum Dum, I would because I knew Ben would do that, I would always ask him, if we weren't on the same team, I would ask him what he was. But if we weren't on the same team, I wouldn't ask him. And then Ben was like, Jake, you have a tell, you big idiot. Like, I know how to know what side you're on because you always ask me.
There was also Avalon with Merlin in that.
Yeah.
And there was a really funny time where, Ben, you were a bad guy and you were arguing with the entire
A bad guy in the game.
side
You're
of
not
the
a bad
table.
guy in
Bad
life.
guy in the game.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And then Jake was Merlin and me and Bennett were good guys. And so while
do
this
you remember this?
entire side of the table is arguing, Jake literally just looks over to Bennett and I goes, hey, listen, I am Merlin. Them, him, and him are the bad guys this round. Play it. And so for the whole rest of the round, me and Bennett are just calling out the bad guys. And they're like, how did you figure it out so easily?
It's 'cause nobody was paying attention to me, and I just went.
That's exactly what happened. And he just was honest about it. And they thought I was Merlin.
I'm sure if we read the rules, that's probably illegal, but we never talked about it, and nobody was paying attention. So
Hey, I call that fair play.
It's fair play.
I remember that now. That's really funny.
I man, that's some good times. Just as a youth minister, you're gonna have some fears, but lean into the community aspect. You'll do good.
I'll say the one way that I've heard it described to me that I'm realizing now is it's like as a youth, it's like chicken nuggets. All right, as a youth kid,
Right, well, hold on. This is an analogy of you becoming a youth minister.
Yeah.
Starting off with chicken nuggets.
Immediately,
Got it.
I mean,
It's
that's
like
like his favorite thing.
growing
Yeah.
up in the youth group, I'm enjoying the chicken nuggets. You know, I eat the chicken nuggets. But then for the past few years as college leader,
Okay.
I've been getting to watch how the chicken nuggets are made. You know,
Oh,
Okay.
but now they're like, hey, listen, it's time for you to run the fryer. It's time for you to make some chicken nuggets. And I'm, like that's kind of how my dad
The
describes it.
fryer. You're working at a church, man. I hope you don't fry anybody. That's
No,
probably
but
didn't
it's
do a
like
job.
nice, good one.
it's like I've enjoyed them. I've seen what they do,
Yeah.
and now I've seen a little bit of how it runs. But it's still there's this nervousness of like,
It's your first time
am
doing
I
it.
qualified?
Yeah.
Am I capable of being the one to do this.
It feels like your church is sponsored by Chick-fil-A or something. Like
I did buy.
So what?
I-
You looking at Will?
I will say I did splurge a little and bought Raising Canes for my youth kids on our first Sunday.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's nice.
Is that a splurge? Is it expensive?
I don't know.
I've never been to a Raising Cane's before. Is it
Canes
expensive?
catering it's a bit pricey. It's not
Is it good chicken
terrible.
tenders though?
Oh, it's good chicken tenders. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're getting one
And the
in
sauce.
Cumming, where O'Charlie's used to be.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
I think they knocked down the building. I don't think they're going to reuse the building. I think they're going to build them fresh.
Destroy it, yeah.
Because it's in the format of a sit-down restaurant.
I went to Charlie's once. It was with you. Never went back.
Yeah.
Charlie's I thought always had great chicken fingers, and they had those rolls that were really good. But just I don't know.
Butter.
You hyped up the tenders.
World's changing.
You hyped up the tenders. I went, and they were okay. Like
So
they were pretty good.
I thought they were good.
So you're in a mode now of like I'm now having to help make chicken tenders
Yeah, I guess.
or chicken nuggets. That's a weird analogy, but
It's my dad kind of described it
It's
as
a-
Garrett.
It's a Garrett analogy.
that is true. It's true.
It's a Greg Moore analogy almost.
Well, he was trying to speak to you.
Yeah, that's true. That is
He
true.
was trying to speak your language, bro. Hey, you know what? Honestly,
No,
if you use language that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with, it's how you're going to be a better communicator to your youth
no,
kids.
I'd say that is Greg language because he worked in a chicken plant for a while. His job was
Chicken plant.
handling the
Chickens?
misformed baby chicks.
Ugh.
Oh, why do you keep going on all these weird topics? Golly.
That was his job.
Yeah, just say you worked at a chicken plant.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Golly. Well,
What would
good
he?
luck.
Wait, hang on. What would he do with them?
There was a
How do you think you get chicken nuggets?
there was
Oh, gross!
I'll say this. From what I've been told,
Ew.
there was a mop bucket and
Oh,
a mop.
God.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay.
Are you trying to get us
Let's
canceled
move-
on this
well,
episode?
I asked. It's my fault.
Yeah, golly. Well, you'll do a great job, I'm guessing. Golly.
Okay.
Have you had to do your first message yet?
I've not. So how Sundays work is they just meet immediately after the service and discuss the message from that.
Sounds like a Sunday school.
But Sundays happen after Saturdays, right?
Yeah. Sundays happen after
all right,
Saturdays.
all right, just making sure I'm remembering.
And so I think at some
I thought it was
point,
funny.
what I'm planning on is like Wednesday afternoon stuff during the summer, and I'd like to give my first message during one of those. But it all depends on like, do we have attendance?
What do you
for
feel?
that.
Wait, so you only give messages when you have good attendance?
I mean, like, if we have 2 kids show up and they don't want to listen to a message,
How-
then it'll be
how
a
is it up
bit
to-
less
how
of
is
a
it up to-
direct message.
How is it up to them?
Well, I want to give them, to some extent, what they need. And I feel like
What do they
just
need?
a message for that few people would not work as well as just a discussion. As something a bit more personal where it's like, hey, instead of just speaking at you, what are your thoughts on, like, is there anything you want to know about? And we can discuss that.
Oof. Gotta be careful about that. They might ask some hard questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it when a kid asks a hard question, especially if I struggle to answer it, because it's not easy to ask questions. So if they're asking deep questions, that number one shows that there is a decent level of intellectual thought there. And if they had the courage to ask it, that means they probably are genuinely curious and want to know. And I would be proud of a kid for asking a question like that.
Do you know what the best answer for a youth minister is when a kid asks a question?
Jesus.
Sometimes,
Oh.
Sometimes Jesus.
sometimes it's I don't know.
Boom. There it is.
If I like, because I think that
gotta be honest.
For a youth minister to say.
Yeah.
Got it. I think you were talking about like when you're like in a Sunday school and you're like asking
yeah.
questions and some kids goes, Jesus.
9 out of 10 times is correct. Well, I just like sometimes people feel like they have to have an answer.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I'm educated. I'm smart. I know a lot, but I don't quite have thought about it that way. You present it in a really cool, unique way. Let me go Google it or let me go research, and I'll come back to you with a more thoughtful answer.
Yeah, we could talk about it a little more.
Yeah, like you don't have to like on the spot, but I know everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Now,
you don't.
do you guys have like a youth night that's like, so you said you meet after church on Sundays. Do you have a youth group time on Sunday afternoons or Wednesday nights?
they've got a Wednesday night thing that, from what I understand, has been for middle school only. And I might be like, hey, listen, high schoolers, if you want to come to this, you can.
Well,
I might open that up.
yeah, I wouldn't say, I'd be like, we're now doing it this way. Well, when do the high schoolers meet? After church on Sundays?
Yes.
Okay,
It's a small group,
sure.
so
It's like what 200 kids probably.
yeah, something like that.
I
No.
mean, that's for us.
think
We're like
for my
500,
first-
600 kids. I don't know.
For
I don't
my
know what a small group is for you. Like, I don't know.
So the 2 Sundays I went to, I think there was about 5 or 6 kids,
I'm just kidding.
and then I think I've heard it's between like 2 to 5 or
Oh, that'd be
2
a
to
great
6
discussion,
on
yeah.
Wednesday nights.
When did you start?
May 18th was the official start date, but I went to a few things before then just so I could
Okay.
introduce myself and get acclimated a little bit.
So do you have like do you have to go be a part of anything during the week, or it's just
Oh, we've got like Monday meetings.
okay? So you're at that.
And then sometime, like this morning, they had me give an announcement
Okay.
during the
Oh,
service, which
okay.
was
So
pretty
it's like let's get
cool.
people,
That's
let's
kinda cool.
get Garrett some FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
then
that's awesome, dude.
Dude,
Let's
right
go.
on, man.
and then
Right
I
on.
realized I prefer working in the office as to just doing it at home, because it's like if you're at home, you're just kind of by yourself and it's a bit lonely.
So
I'm
you like
like-
the social aspect?
The social
That
aspect,
prevents you
even
from working?
no,
Oh yeah, sorry.
and I would say
I
it's-
work from home now, and I love it. I love it.
well, you
Well-
also have a wife and kid, so there's
Yeah, but they're not
people-
like sitting in there with me.
Well, they don't have to,
My
but it's
son's
just
at-
it's
my son's
nice
at
to know there
school
are
and-
people nearby,
Oh, got it.
because
He's a social little dragonfly.
I think I'm dragonfly. I think I'm pretty
Butterfly.
social too.
cooler than a
but
butterfly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, during the week though, when I'm having to do the work I have to do, I prefer nobody being around me.
There's sometimes like if I'm writing a sermon or like
Hyper
really-
focus.
I need less distractions.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I need to go somewhere away from everybody.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes it's like when you do like collaborative thinking or what to do. Got the interns, got whoever, and it's like, all right, let's bounce ideas. I enjoy that too.
Jake, you're still doing you're still
Yeah.
doing software development.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I'm in quality assurance and automation. So
He's vice president now.
yeah,
I was like-
that's not true.
That was really cool seeing that happen. How you were just the software, you were just such a whiz with it at
Yep.
when we worked together, and then you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this full time now." I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's really cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, when you just have to be gifted at it, and then like you can. Make
I
it a
taught
job.
myself, and then when I applied for the job, they give you like what they call a technical test to see how much you really know, and they were like, "Okay, you know a lot."
Yeah.
So as a QA analyst, I'm a product expert, so I have to know the product in and out, and then we're also writing automated tests for the software. So basically, we can run a command line in the computer, and then it can run the test for us, so we don't have to
Yeah.
manually do the stuff.
Have you ever got a phone call where someone like legit like asks you a question? You're like, huh?
Well, I'm
I've
not in
never-
support, so I would never get a phone call.
Oh, so you don't do like the testing though, or
I
does
do. I do the testing, but I'm not in support. So
have you ever gotten a test that was like, I have not thought about that before, like, or do you like? There's no new things that surprise
we
you.
write the tests, so
Okay, so there's nothing that surprises you.
not really.
Okay,
I know the software in and out.
all right, because I didn't know there was like some person somewhere was like, I tried to do this and it didn't work. And you're like, I've never thought about that. Yeah, okay, let me see how to do that. Like you fix it. or
Yeah,
whatever.
there's not a. I can't think of a. I'll tell you that I can't think of a situation where I haven't known what somebody is attempting to do or wanting to do when they describe to me what they're hoping to accomplish. I'll say it that way.
It's pretty cool.
This may not be the most intriguing conversation.
I don't know. I mean, I
But-
think it's just cool because everybody has a job of some sort where they are trying to grow and develop it. And
Well,
it's-
this is new for me because I spent 10 years working with you at a church
Yeah.
in ministry doing music and communications and stuff, and I just happened to learn this software as a part of that. I've never written code to develop software ever before now, so this is like completely new for me.
So do you think there's a little bit of encouragement of people who, hey, if you want to do something different in your life, guess what?
You
You
can
can.
do it. Like if you're intelligent, you can figure out. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but
If you failed, it's because you're not smart.
If
well,
you're
it's just
dumb,
like you
there's
gotta
no
you gotta apply
possibilities.
yourself, and you have to
Yeah.
be willing. You have to be willing to learn and not think you know everything.
Oh yeah, some humble pie of like,
Oh, for sure.
I don't
And-
know this.
And I'm absolutely like I have zero fear in saying that to people. Like I don't know how this is done. You're gonna have to show me.
That's a superpower.
But once you show me, then I know.
Yeah.
And then I can do it myself.
That's what I was telling you about being a youth minister. It's like you have to notice that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like there's some humility there, but it's also like, man, I don't want to be the guy that knows everything. I'm not God.
Well, it's one of my biggest pet peeves is when people are so confident that they can never be wrong and they always have an answer for everything.
Yeah.
It drives me up the wall. It's like,
yeah.
Why would you not? I mean, because if you say something with confidence that ends up not being true, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So why would you do that to yourself?
Confident idiot, though.
Yeah, and they're
still an idiot.
well, and if they're toxic too, they'll blame somebody else.
Yeah, gaslight you or something like that.
Someone else. Well, it must have been someone else didn't do what they were supposed to. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of that.
And I think a big issue we also see with this, and I've experienced this even recently, is when you do have the humility to finally be like, hey, listen, I don't know how to do this, or you do have a question, and the person just responds by being snarky or laughing at you.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, that has discouraged me from asking questions. Like,
Oh,
so there's
yeah,
often times where I'm like, I don't know something, but I'm scared to ask because I'm like, am
Well,
I
you don't
going to
wanna-
get
yeah.
laughed at?
Well,
Yeah.
some of
Am
that
I
might
gonna
be a
be
little bit of
judged?
age too, because like
That's true. When you get to our age, I could not care less if somebody thinks I'm dumb for asking a question.
well,
I don't care at all.
like, I don't need your validation.
That's exactly right.
Ooh, you don't like me.
Yeah, I don't
It's like,
care. I don't
okay,
care.
Get over
Don't
yourself.
care.
Don't care. Now, as someone that I truly respect, and then I'd be like, hey, like, why did you make me feel small or insignificant? And they'd be like, oh, I'm so, that's different. But like for the most part, like, no, dude, I don't care. I don't need your validation. And when you stop seeking validation from other people, you can start truly living for the kingdom.
Which is
of
what
God.
which is what social media is.
Oh yeah.
Social media is seeking validation from other people, which is why I don't subscribe to it hardly at all. I do have a Facebook, I have an Instagram. I don't post ever.
Yeah.
One, because I don't think anybody cares about what I'm actually. Nobody actually cares. The people that would care are actually in my life, probably experiencing those things with me, and I talk to on a weekly basis.
Yeah. And
So-
there's a little bit too of like we're designed to be in community. Like we're like physically designed, and we have a physical community. So there's people that I've loved. They're like Avery Ross. Shout out my boy Avery. I love him. One of my best friends.
Yeah.
When he is in the same room as me, boy, that energy is getting hype. Like we feed off each other very well.
Right.
Like we go crazy. But I don't talk to Avery. Like
Yeah.
maybe once every couple of months.
Where do they live now?
He lives in Colorado,
Colorado.
mostly. He splits it between there
So
and
yeah,
Virginia.
but
But it's just hard because just you're physically not close to each other.
But I'm
So
sure that when you guys come back together for something, it's like
It's
were never.
beautiful.
It's like
Yeah.
you were never apart.
it's beautiful, and so you just have to kind of like develop that kind of that muscle of like. There's no animosity of why we're not talking.
Yeah.
There's no beef or anger. It's just he's moved physically away.
The best man in my wedding
Yes.
now lives in South Carolina, and we haven't talked in years. But
if he were to come back,
I have zero animosity toward this person. He's got a wife and 2 kids now in his own job. I've got a wife and a kid in a job. Like, it's just that's how lives just diverge.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
yeah.
The good thing is, other people come in to probably fill that space.
Yeah,
That's just
and
how it
You
works.
create community.
Yeah.
So I'm experiencing that right now with like the wedding guests. We get married. Shout out to Michaela.
Whoop, whoop.
Spoiler alert! If you didn't know that,
Did y'all set a date yet?
we did.
Oh,
I'll tell you
okay.
off mic.
Yeah.
All the fans of the Ben Maple
They just
podcast
show
trying
up.
to show up, like
Wedding
outside the
crashers.
front, like, we want in. Like,
You shall not pass into this wedding.
Yeah, subscribe today if you want to go to the podcast. We're actually raffling off one free entry. Dude, Michaela's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, come on.
Immediately.
It's like, we're trying to get new subscribers.
Why did you say that?
We're gonna have a whole like podcast section of all our most downloaded
Live
episodes.
stream it.
Oh, that's cool.
live
That's
stream.
cool. Yeah, your biggest supporters get an
Get to
invite
go.
to the wedding.
Like, what if like in the middle of the ceremony, I like put on the headphones and the mic comes out. It's like, welcome to the Ben Maple podcast. Today we're
Very
getting
special episode.
my future wife is about to walk down the aisle. All right, today's guest. Oh, there's Jake over there. Like, hey guys, what's up, bud?
I think it'd be funny if you gave headphones to someone else in the audience, or you just had 2 or 3 people and they were just commentating
Commentating the wedding.
Garrett and I'll do it.
I'll
We'll
commentate the
we'll
wedding.
commentate you. Oh, well, we'll get Will too.
Will.
Me, Will, and Garrett sitting there,
And it
just
looks
like
like
golf commentating. Like,
Dude, the odds of Ben crying are 5-1 right now. What are we
Ben
doing?
just stuttered for the third time during his vows. It's not looking very good so far.
And we don't know if he's going to make it. Will Michaela walk? We don't know. She said yes. Okay, all right, we're good. We're good. We're made it.
Flower girl just sneezed into her basket and flowers went everywhere.
Yeah.
We'll see how he recovers.
And the bakers just dropped the cake.
Oh no.
And
Wait, why
Ben's
is that- that's
eating it
not-
off the floor now.
That's not the ceremony. Okay, that's reception. All right. That's a
Two separate
That's
things.
two separate things.
Oh,
all right?
sorry.
Two
So is
separate
that going to be
podcasts.
two separate?
Yes, you get to more episodes. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like join us next time for the
Yeah,
reception
the
episode.
reception. Yeah, subscribe today.
That's a good idea.
How many times Chris Davis is going to insult Ben in his speech?
Is he
Yeah.
gonna
Officiate,
marry? He's
yeah.
gonna officiate. Dude, that's great.
So it's like, how many times can Chris make fun of Ben?
Yeah.
I'm like, I give it at least 3, maybe 4.
Place some betting odds on it, over
Yeah.
under.
But all that to be said, when we're talking about the wedding guest list, it's like you had these different seasons of life of like who like I was really close to that person, but I haven't talked to that person in like
Yeah.
8 years. Like, or I'm really close to this person now, but will I really talk to this person for 10 years from now? So it's like kind of that weird, like, because I have a very limited number of people that I can invite, and so you can't just like invite anyone who wants to show
Yeah.
up. And so it's just kind of a weird little vibe of like, what do you do? How do you do that? But it's all good. I mean, most of the important part is me and Michaela there and someone to marry us. So.
Is this your way of telling Jake and I we didn't make the cut?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, subscribe today. We appreciate it. We'll see you later.
I'll tell you, looking back on it, it can be stressful. Ann and I, we just celebrated 15 years, which is wild.
Congratulations.
Thank you. If I could go back, we might have eloped.
Just to save all the money,
All the hassle
all
and the
hassle.
money and like, not that. And what we probably would have done is in like a reception after our honeymoon where we could invite the people that we really care about, and we could have done like a party together or something like that. But
Yeah,
it can be stressful. It really can.
yeah. I don't want to speak for Michaela, but I know it's been stressful. And,
Yeah.
but also like, it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah, no,
to
no,
get
I
married
just-
to this girl.
No, I can't. I can't help but think of more jokes of the commentating of the ceremony. so like my brain is trying to do a podcast with y'all, but my brain is also trying to go like oh man, like how many groomsmen does he have here? Does he even like this one? Who was the last one on the number?
Some guy behind a
Yeah.
tree or something
Yeah.
because there was too many.
Like who was the last one picked to be a groomsman? Odds are saying that it's this guy. Like I don't know.
Well, and we know this guy didn't get picked till 4th round of the groomsman draft.
Yeah,
And his
like,
tux doesn't fit. That must mean that he didn't get fitted in time.
That looks like a mustard stain.
Oh boy.
On his tie.
Are you gonna do tuxes? Or are you gonna do like suits? I know that's like a new thing where people don't really do the tux.
yeah, I have no
We
idea.
did suits. I mean, that was 15 years ago. We did suits at mine.
What color were your suits?
So they were like gray pinstripes,
Uh-huh.
and so I had a coat and vest, and then I had like my own tie, and then the groomsmen just had a vest, no coat, and they all had the same color tie, and so they were red ties, gray pinstripes, and white shirts, and we all had custom Vans on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we got custom Vans made.
Did you buy the Vans for her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that was like the groom's gift.
Like a whole vehicle?
I get that.
Oh,
joke.
Lord.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'm glad. Are you engaged? Going to get married soon?
No.
Any ladies out there?
That's all right.
My brother.
Anybody want to give a shout out? Will?
Nah,
Will's like, no.
I'm not going on
No.
a date with Will.
No.
No.
Oh, come on.
like
I don't think
women.
that's what he was saying.
No.
I will
I think you're
say
saying that
my
you're not seeing
brother
anybody. Yeah.
and my brother's girlfriend. Apparently, they're trying to set me up with one of her coworkers.
Oh, where does she work?
She works at
Well,
an
maybe-
elementary school,
At elementary school? Oh, nice. She's
Yeah.
a school teacher. That's
and
cool.
so apparently they
In Athens?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey,
Somewhere
school
around
teachers,
there.
great retirement.
And so
That's
apparently
true.
they showed her like
How
a
long do you have
picture of
Be
me.
working to get that teacher retirement?
You technically could get it in 10 years.
10
but,
years.
But 30 years is fully matured.
Got it. So you get vested in 10, and then after
Yeah.
30, you can
Yeah.
Probably live off of it for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, it's like you get 60% of the average of your highest 2 years.
Wow.
So for mathematical purposes, if your last 2 years you made $100,000 as a school teacher, you retire making $60K for the rest of your life.
That's crazy.
That's good.
That's really
It's
good.
pretty sweet.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Now, obviously, mathematically, not everyone
Right.
makes whatever number, but
Yeah.
that's why some people get administration last 10 years of their career so they can
Yeah,
Fun with
crank
that
it up a
retirement.
little bit. That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry.
So she
Yeah.
works at a school in Athens.
Marrier.
Yeah.
Don't know her.
Not even
Marry
met her once.
My wife's
No,
got
no, no.
2 more years to be vested in her job.
Oh, did she get TRS?
Yeah,
Is
working for.
Is it by the state?
It's a online charter school.
Okay, sweet. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 more years to be vested, and then we'll see how.
So she would get 10 years. She would get like 20%.
Yeah, if she
were to
ended
retire.
after 10 years. Yeah,
And then it goes up by 2% each year. So
that's
60.
awesome.
Technically, I think they cut it off at like 64, 60. So you could do like 32.
You could do more than 30.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Wow.
Some people did. It depends on the school system. They would hire people at 51%. So imagine $100,000 salary. You retire. You're making $60K. They would hire you at 50% of your salary, which is $50,000.
Wow.
But you're also on retirement, so it's actually a $10,000 pay raise.
That's wild.
And so they would do that. And some people did that for a while. Pretty sweet.
You might have become a teacher.
Yeah, yeah. Forget the whole crow's nest, being a master's golfer. Go be a school teacher. Yeah.
I have not golfed once in my life.
I'm terrible at it.
I
Yeah.
just got into disc golf though. That's pretty cool.
Froth.
All right, next topic. No, I played disc golf once.
I
and
did in
was
college a little bit.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
More of a, I like ultimate frisbee. More so like disc
I
golf.
haven't played that in a long time, but played a lot in college too. Loved
Yeah.
ultimate frisbee.
It's such a college sport.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah,
know.
because when you get my age and you try to run out on a field, you feel it for the next 6 days.
I'll say when we're playing casually, the strategy I do is I always kind of eye the other team up, and I'll usually find a guy and I'll just go up to him and I'll be like, "Hey man, listen, I don't want to run. I don't think you want to run either.
I don't want to run.
Let's guard each other and let's just speed walk down the field."
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes. So like whenever I'm playing with Wesley people, there's this guy named Kevin. I love Kevin. He's one of the chillest dudes I've ever met. And I'm like, "Kevin,
Way to go, Kev.
you wanna
Yeah.
guard each other, speed walk?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. I need a breather. Please help me out.
Oh,
here.
I need the breather more than he does.
Man.
Oh, that's good. Well, I want to kind of go into, with the two of you here, into my favorite segment. It's very popular right now. A lot of people, I've had more than 4 people tell me this, that they enjoy.
Very popular.
It's very popular.
More than 4. He's had 5.
I've had at least 5. But here's the thing, though. For people to listen to a podcast episode and then come and reach out to you and say, "Hey, I really enjoyed this part,"
Yeah.
pretty cool. And that is called the Ben 10 segment. This one, when you get a little thing that comes in, it's like, it's the Ben 10 segment.
Disco ball and sirens.
Brought to you by no sponsors.
I thought you were going to say brought to you by Nickelodeon.
Brought to you by Nickelodeon.
Because wasn't Ben 10 on Nickelodeon?
It was on Cartoon
Network. I mixed
Brought
those
to you
up.
However,
by Cartoon
I
Network.
was thinking of the iCarly show from Nickelodeon where they'd have random dancing and sirens would start blaring.
I never saw iCarly.
Is the Ben 10 segment.
All right,
brought
Ben
to you
10.
by Old Spice. All right.
Not a sponsor.
true.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. Not Capri Sun. Not Old Spice. Not yet. Producer Jackson's in the talks. We appreciate it. I have to make sure I take up all labels of our drinks. So, Ben 10, question number 1. We're starting off with a softie. Easy.
You got these memorized?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
I spent hours preparing these 10 questions.
On ChatGPT.
No. Where? Where's ChatGPT? Where's the AI?
You have
Is there a
used
screen right
ChatGPT
here? Do you think I have a little lens on my eyes
You've
and I can
used
read it?
ChatGPT to make the questions before. Or to help.
What?
Just kidding.
Audacity.
Super offended.
Do you know what that word means?
Audacity, yes.
Yeah.
Would
What
you
does
like
it
to
mean?
put it on a Bible?
Define
Define
it.
it.
Audacity. That's like I'm trying to think. The audacity. That's
hey, what's
that's
the
having
answer? What's the answer I said that you can say?
Audacity
I don't know.
is having
Say,
the
I don't
guts
know.
to do it. It's like that takes a lot of guts for you to do that.
Yeah.
You had to have some audacity.
You have the gall.
The gall.
The
that's
gall.
a good one. I was trying to
That's
think
a
of
good
the
one.
other
That's the
word.
correct word. There we go.
Guts was the best word I could think of that I could say on the podcast.
Oh my. Oh whoa. Wait. Jeez.
Guts.
This is this
half
guy.
half-formed chickens, guts. He's talking about nasty stuff over here.
Golly.
Sorry, guys.
We had to cut it. You don't know this because Jackson cut it out, but there's like 7 things we had to cut out because
That is not true.
Garrett just keeps saying
You
things.
have-
Like, don't say that.
You have cut out 2 of the things I've said.
Okay. Well,
They won't know.
They won't
It could be
know.
2. It could be 7.
2.
it could be 27.
He's just gonna cut out everything
this
I've said in the
podcast-
podcast before
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This podcast was 4 hours long. We had to cut it out. So, question number 1, easy softball question. On your phone, take away the phone call and the text app. If there was one app that you had to keep on there, like you wanted it, the rest you had to delete, what app is it?
Music,
Spotify.
Spotify?
Apple
Really?
Music.
Yep.
Ooh, Apple versus Spotify. I go Spotify. I listen to Spotify.
I honestly couldn't tell you. It's just Spotify's the one I picked. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I didn't pick it because I thought it was better than Apple Music.
Yeah.
That's the one I picked.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
mean,
I
I don't have like if you want us to debate why one's better than the other, I can't tell you why it's better.
I
Apple
chose
Music.
Spotify the same way. I was like, all right, that's what I do now.
yeah.
I'm a loyalist. I don't know why my dad chose Xbox over Wii.
Oh, yeah.
But he chose X because we were Nintendo. We did 64, GameCube, and then he was like, "Yeah,
Got an
we're doing
Xbox.
Xbox." I think it was because of Halo.
Yeah.
Over Wii, we just never went back.
I got an Xbox 360 and I got red ringed like 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I went to PlayStation. And I was like PlayStation through and through. And then when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, all my friends were like, "We're getting it for Xbox." So I had to buy an Xbox so I can play Red Dead 2 online with these guys. And so that's why I had an Xbox. And now I'm back to PlayStation. I have PlayStation 5.
Get the 5.
Yeah.
I've just left. I had Xbox. I've left it behind just because PlayStation has so many
Better
exclusives. Like
exclusives, absolutely.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
the God of War games.
What was I telling you about earlier?
Are
God of War.
You did mention
beautiful.
earlier.
The story,
Ghost
the
of
characters.
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. I'll say God
Dude,
of War.
it's a samurai game. It's
Oh my gosh.
fantastic. It's probably, hot take, the best game I've ever played.
I wouldn't say it's the best I've
Whoa.
ever played,
It's
but
the best
up
I've ever
there.
played.
I would say God of War changed.
Better
Like,
than Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
God of War changed how I interact with
I
my
like
dad.
story-driven games.
Yeah.
So it's
What
just,
about 264 GoldenEye?
GoldenEye's really fun. But Ghost of
Ah.
Tsushima is like,
Ghost-
I remember like it was free or something on PlayStation Network, and I
Yeah.
got it, and I was like, let's just check this out because I heard you talking about it, and I started playing it, and I was like maybe 10 minutes in, I was like, this is the best thing I've
And
ever
you're a
played.
samurai just like crushing it?
You are
That's what he said.
basically like a samurai during the Mongolian invasion,
Yep.
and you are one of the only ones left.
Left.
And so it's rebuilding and taking everything back from the Mongol Empire.
And you're having to go against everything that samurai are taught that you have to stand and face your enemy, but you're the ghost, and so you are using like assassination techniques, and you're sneaking around,
like
and you're
a ninja
almost.
almost
So-
like a shinobi.
Yeah.
And so you're having like this internal struggle, but the combat is awesome. The exploration is awesome. Everything's good.
Man, I want to try that.
and then
That sounds
it's
fun.
the combat.
Multiplayer? Any multiplayer?
There is the Legends thing. I've never actually
I
tried
never
it
touched
though.
that.
I never, but if you got it, I would do it
but-
with you.
Because that
It's
would be
so
kind of cool.
much
Like
fun.
double samurai.
Yeah, I think
It's-
there's like a multiplayer element.
That's cool.
The combat, it's almost Sekiro-like. That's a
I don't know what
dark.
that means.
It's
No,
a
it
Dark
is.
Souls adjacent game.
I don't. Okay.
yeah,
And
still-
so it's
I know what
just,
Dark Souls
it's
is, but I
a
don't know Sekiro.
difficult. The combat is very well done in how it's very rhythmic.
It's challenging without being like
Unfair
unfair.
is the best
Does
way to
that
put
make
it.
sense?
Is like it's
Yeah.
hard, but it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All that to be said, question number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
We were talking about what was our favorite app, and now we ended up on Ghost of Tsushima.
The Ghost of Tsushima.
I love it. All right, question number 2.
Don't say favorite video game.
No. If you could only have 2 type of liquids to drink for the rest of your life, excluding water.
Excluding water.
Excluding water.
Okay.
What 2 liquids would it be?
I take it that you can't just say soda. It has to be a
It
specific
has to be
soda.
very specific soda.
Okay.
But I want to get water out of there because like we were here at the Bid Mayfield podcast. We promote drinking water.
Yeah, I do drink a lot of water. Sweet tea. I love a good sweet tea. My wife actually makes really good sweet
I'm
tea.
going to say coffee
Ooh,
for one of
Coffee?
mine.
Okay.
I do drink coffee sometimes too, but not enough to be like that's the only thing.
Wow. This is so we have for the rest of your life sweet tea and water, and you have coffee and water, and then one additional drink.
So this is like I don't do this year round. It only happens at Christmas time. I make really good hot chocolate, and I look forward to it every time it's cold. So I'm gonna go ahead, even though it's only a small amount of time.
Do you use milk?
Milk,
Okay.
and then I actually use like baker's chocolate for like baking, and I mix it all up, and then
So
I add
really,
some.
milk is your second liquid.
I guess I would have to say that, wouldn't I?
Yeah, because I'm saying if it's water, you just heat up water. You just add chocolate.
That's
cocoa,
true. I would have to
basically.
say milk then.
The
That's
milk?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
To make the hot chocolate.
To make the hot chocolate. Well, they can still have cereal though.
Yeah, that's true. So
You're playing chess in this
yeah.
world of checkers.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
Well, I wouldn't have even thought that like it's its own thing. No, it's not. It's an ingredient.
Yeah.
Well, sweet tea's made from water.
Yeah.
No.
Powder. That's
No,
the same
no, no,
thing,
no.
actually.
No,
Actually,
we're not going down that rabbit hole.
But you brought us down this
soda's
rabbit
actually also made from water.
All right, question number 3.
What did you do?
I don't get a
ruined
second
your
drink.
No,
I don't
what's
get a
your
second
second liquid?
Yeah.
Gatorade.
Oh,
Gatorade.
Well, just because like when you're
water
sick,
sucks. It really sucks.
Do you get that reference?
You don't get the reference. Why are you laughing?
that's past my time.
What?
Sorry, that's before my time.
Past it.
Sorry,
Past your
before.
But do you
time.
know what it is?
Wasn't that like an ad or
Nope.
a commercial?
Nope. Not.
Was it a movie?
Can,
Yeah.
can I expose you just a little bit here? Just a little bit. It's nothing bad. Garrett once told us that if he had a superpower, his superpower would be that he would get all inside jokes. And
I would say that's the
references.
power I would want. Because, like, hear me out.
And he
That's
just,
crazy.
And he just used that
He's
superpower.
just trying to use that power.
When I said, you said what you said, I said what I said. He
He
laughed.
started
Imagine-
laughing. He was like, "You don't even understand it."
Imagine how good of a power that is. 2 people talking a language you don't understand. You get it now. You get it.
You don't understand the language. You would only get it if they reference something, like an inside joke.
No, I would say you are never left out of any conversation.
Well,
with
that's a lot
power.
different. You weren't left out of that conversation.
Yeah, but you would get it. You would be
You
able
could-
to like
but you
comprehend.
could've
You
just-
wouldn't feel
Oh,
left out.
okay.
Here's what
couldn't feel left
you could have just said, "I don't understand that reference. Could you explain it to me?"
You don't remember what I said? The most powerful answer is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
Ben did a funny voice, and so I laughed
Oh.
because I
Oh,
figured
well, you didn't
that's
say
like,
that. Thanks, man.
like you did the funny voice, and so that's kind of my cue to laugh.
Oh, got it.
Aw.
So like I'm
That's
sorry I picked up on social cues even though I didn't get the specific reference.
The reference is from a movie called Waterboy
Waterboy.
with Adam
With
Sandler.
With Adam
Sandler.
Sandler, my
Yeah.
dad and I were talking about the other
You need to
night.
watch it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Don't make fun of Mama.
That's not a line in the movie.
I'm sorry, guys. All I know is as soon as you make fun of his mom, he gets mad and tackles a dude.
That is true. That is true. That part is true.
I need to watch that.
Mama always said,
What was that? The umo oblongata.
medulla oblongata.
Uh,
Mama said
Mama
alligators are orange because they got all them teeth, but no toothbrush.
Oh my god.
It's insane. You need to watch that movie. It's
you
really
need to
funny.
watch that. And have you seen Happy Gilmore yet? You're a
No.
golfer.
We talked about that.
No. Guys, can we please go to the next
Happy
question?
Gilmore,
I'm
Billy
Oh my
Madison.
I'm gonna be late to a family birthday thing.
You didn't tell us.
Yeah.
I told Ben I had to leave at 2:30.
Oh, then leave. We'll
No,
finish this
no,
without you.
we can finish. We can finish.
Okay, okay. All right. Question 3. All right. If you had to live in a state that ends with a vowel that's not Georgia, what state would you choose?
Ends with a vowel. Alaska.
Okay.
Hawaii.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cold-
I wanna
cold
be-
and hot.
I want to be cold.
Actually, wait. I'm thinking
I want to be cold.
everything is expensive
Ooh,
there
maybe
because you have to
Montana.
ship everything in. Montana. That's where I'm going.
Montana.
Montana. Are y'all's compounds gonna be close to each other? Like you don't hang out?
No,
There's-
I'll
there-
shoot him if he comes near my house.
Get away from my buffalo!
This would be like Hatfields McCoys.
In Montana,
You know what?
baby. Yellowstone oh.
I'm
2.0.
gonna, you know what, Jake? Just because I'm making a hat magnet in my compound so that you can't wear hats. They'll just get sucked and you'll get sunburns on your head.
How do you make a hat magnet?
I don't know, but we're going to find out how just to make you get sunburns on your head.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, your hair's going away too there, bald boy.
Yeah, so be careful.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you don't even have a beard. You're
Oh, that's
less of a
true.
man.
Why did you shave your beard? Did the church make you do that?
No,
He
I,
now,
just,
he works for the New York Yankees.
I like being clean shaven for the summer just because it feels a bit more breathable.
Lame.
Yeah, okay. All right. Did your face ever went, I can't breathe? And you're like, zzz.
And then it's just feeling the breeze.
I do
on
that.
your
I will say
chin
that
is
sometimes, like,
nice.
the hair, it just gets so hot, kind of muggy.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah. But look at this flow here. Camera, please. This is
Princess
a
Ben.
video only moment. All right, thank you. Subscribe today to the YouTube channel.
If you're
All
only
right.
listening, you won't have experienced
Yeah,
that
yeah,
magic.
yeah.
It was magical.
It was something.
Even if you were
all right.
watching, you probably didn't experience
All
any
right,
magic.
what's the next question?
Oh my gosh. Question number 4.
Uh-huh.
All right, this one's food related. If you had to only have tacos or pizza, which one do you choose
Pizza.
and why?
Pizza.
Wow.
Pizza
I
is.
could fold up a pizza like a taco if I wanted.
And then I'd also say
Taco pizza.
you are more likely to see pizza than tacos in a group event setting. So if I'm giving up tacos, then there's not much of a loss.
Well,
But
let me
if I'm
ask you
giving up
this,
pizza,
Garrett. What happens on Tuesdays? What happens on Tuesdays now?
Pepperoni Tuesdays.
pepperoni Tuesday,
No more Taco Tuesdays? All
stuffed
right.
crust Tuesdays.
I did not realize that would be so quick. All right.
Pizza.
Comment below if you're a taco. Are you a taco or pizza? Pizza, Jackson? Taco. Jackson only chose taco so he can be,
Different.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Unique.
No, he has defiant disorder.
yeah. I know
He
what you mean.
wants to go against the.
Independence. Devil's advocate.
No. He
I
just
mean, that
wants
kind of like yeah.
arbitrarian.
Yeah,
Yeah. He wants to go against the grain, and that's why he chose tacos, Jackson, because you love pizza. Oh, Pico, he does like Pico, actually. That's a good point.
Put it
All
on
right,
your
question
pizza.
question 5.
Yep.
All right, question 5. If you could have the power of flight, but you could only fly as fast as you can walk, do you accept it? Or the alternative is you can swim, but you can swim as fast as a car.
I'll swim as fast as a car. You know how many gold medals I win?
Oh, that is true. You win
I'd
a lot of
say
gold medals.
flight just for the laziness of it. Like, imagine this.
You could go like pretty high up.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
but you're only going as fast as you can like walk.
Imagine you're at a baseball game.
Uh-huh.
You just start going up to catch the ball.
You'd have to be
back
real.
down.
You'd have to be a lot faster than that.
How fast can you? Is the elevation gain?
It's only as
also
fast as you can walk.
as fast as you walk, I guess.
It doesn't matter what direction you're going.
You know
Yeah.
what? I still
Now,
take it because
you
imagine
could-
good views.
You could fly into the stadium and like land in the stadium, free games.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
you-
nobody's gonna notice
I
you
think
doing
you would
that.
get shot down.
Hey guys, don't mind me, just flying into the
Oh,
stadium.
man.
Um,
I'll swim and I'll start winning
Just
gold
crushing
medal.
it?
Oh my gosh!
get the
Wait.
sponsorships.
As fast as a car? How fast?
Which
as
car?
fast as the fastest car?
I'd say like
the car you own.
like 60 miles.
60 miles an
Yeah,
hour,
that's
dude.
not- Dude, what if you go so fast? It's like creates like these giant like waves. Like,
Throwing everybody else out of the pool.
like, oh my god! It's like,
That sounds pretty great. That'd be
But
cool.
Can you turn as quick as a car? Like,
Oh,
what if you
that's
like
true.
like run to
Like,
the side?
imagine you're going 60 and you try to drift and you just start
Are my-
flopping
yeah.
across the water.
Are my swimming brakes like car brakes, or are they like?
Oh, I don't know.
No, we're going
We'll
too
have to
deep
figure that-
now.
yeah, we'll have to figure that
Question
out.
6.
All right, but we did have a flight and a water.
Yeah.
Comment below what you think. All right, question number 6. This one is more of a, I don't know, just like kind of an idea that I've been having a lot lately. And this is like a pretty popular question. And is, would you rather, I think we've done this one, maybe not on this podcast, but on the Great White Buffalo, shout out GWB,
We miss
is would you rather be able to speak every language or to be able to play every instrument?
Play every instrument.
Speak every language.
All right. Can you both tell me why you chose what you chose?
I'm already a musician,
That's true.
and
You're already halfway there.
yeah, and I just there are so many things and opportunities I think would come from that.
And it would be to the level of like you're like a master.
Yeah.
Master or
Yeah.
whatever.
I think I would just love to do that.
But like, what opportunities do you not have now that you would want to have?
I don't know. I just think like there's certain things, especially in I guess just to give me some more options in leading worship. Like, because there are some times when certain songs I'm just like, it doesn't work with an acoustic guitar here. You know, I need keys to play this song, and I would like to be able to lead from keys, which I'm sure I could learn. I could learn how to play piano. No, but I'd have to. It would just take some time, and it's not time
you
that I
would
have.
crush it as a piano player.
My mom always said that I could because I got real big hands. So she plays piano. I just never took lessons.
What? Your mom plays piano?
Mm-hmm.
I
She used to play for her choir and stuff in church.
I can see you, but I don't see you playing. I can see you playing if you like knew every instrument. You can do what you want, but I don't think the Jake Riggs vibe of like a big church and like you're going to like I don't know playing 50,000 people stadium like like Winter Jam type thing. Like look at me, everybody! Like that's probably not your style.
No. Think I could lead from the oboe?
The oboe.
I want to see a man lead from the triangle someday.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
dude. Or just like what's the Ron Swanson?
Oh, saxophone. Duke
No.
Silver.
No, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. What's Will Ferrell's character from Anchorman?
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy, where he pulls out the flute.
Yeah.
He's like, little jazz flute. But it's kind of the same thing
with Duke Silver.
Two different Rons. That's why I got me
Ron,
confused.
yeah.
Just like being able to play. Dude, that'd be sick,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That would be your new stick. Of like, hey Jay, what's up, man? Oh, nothing. See this little piccolo thing? Or the little, what's the little party like?
The
Kazoos?
kazoo.
It's like that's the best kazoo player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's just Jake.
You can make a kazoo with your nose. It's just as easy.
Dude, that is trippy. That is so trippy. Oh, Jackson just inserted that in. That was not Jake.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We planned that.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? What languages? Why did you choose the languages?
I just feel like that opens so many
It
doors.
does. You're right.
Yeah.
Like you go to a country, or like here's how
Does
I
it go
see
into
most
your
often.
insecurity of learning all inside jokes?
No.
It's a superpower he really wants to never be left
So
out of a
he's speaking-
conversation.
Yeah.
Here's where I see it is I help out like once a month during the semester with food ministry,
Right.
where we give food to families and we pray over them. And it's one of the things is like, hey, while you're walking this family, like, talk with them. And a lot of those families do not speak English, and so
It's, adjacent to the United Nations, so there's a lot of.
I hate that I'm not able to connect with them as well because of that barrier. And it's like I can understand Spanish a lot better than I can speak it. So it's like they'll say something and I get the gist of it, but I don't know how to respond. And so I have to be like, tengo un poco español, which is the most butchered way of saying I have a little Spanish.
Oh.
Which that's improvement. I used to say tengo un español pequeño, which is saying I have a small Spanish.
Okay. Well, we
And
might have to cut
then-
that out too. I don't know that.
The first time I said that, the woman just kind of looked at me and she kind of slowly nodded her head and she goes, "See." She
Like,
could tell I
you
was
don't understand what
struggling.
I'm saying right now. It would be cool. It would be cool, especially like when I went to the UK. You know what is also interesting,
They
Jake?
speak English there, but
Is
It's
they
a
do,
wor-
but they
it's
also
a worse English
That's
though.
good.
But they have a well, you know this. They have, Welsh has their own natural language.
Welsh is crazy.
Yeah, and so does like the Celtic language.
Gaelic is crazy.
Gaelic, and so there's like these languages that would be kind of cool that like I could like speak it and get it.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Just have that little thing.
Have
But
you ever like heard somebody speak Welsh?
yeah,
It-
yeah. Well, when I was in Wales,
It sounds like gobbledygook.
yeah, it's like,
It's crazy.
What the heck?
Yeah. Not that I'm making fun of it. It's just
No,
like it's
no.
just like it sounds made up. It's so
I'd never heard a language quite like it.
Yeah, right.
Because most of the languages that we've heard are romantic languages. So like
Yeah.
if you hear French or Spanish or English, they're all
They have a Latin-
related.
a Latin base.
This is not Latin based, and it was just like, oh, this is wild.
yep.
But it was cool though. I mean, so that would be, and neither one of us are instrument like musicians, so maybe that's why our interest
I think so.
is more towards the language part because it's something we.
I get the language thing, but I would love
Next
it if I could
question.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow, way to kill the vibe of the show.
I'll let you two deal with this.
Yeah, geez. The Ben Mayfield podcast brought to you by Garret Moore.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Question number 7. What do you do? This is a hypothetical. When you tell your family you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, but you're on a podcast and you're not there when you're supposed to be, is that the podcast's fault or your fault?
Oh, that's
for
my
time
fault.
management?
That's my
it
fault. for
depends
time
on-
This is
management.
not a specific person, Garrett.
It depends on if you were communicative with the podcast to let them know that you had to leave at a certain time. If you were, then it would be on the podcast. Like, okay, I need to respect my guest time.
Yeah.
If you did not tell the podcast that, it's probably on you for not communicating
Jake,
that clearly.
Can you read this top text that I sent Ben?
ETA is a little bit
Oh,
before
no,
1:30.
This one.
I can be there to start filming around 1. I need to leave by 2:30 at the latest, though.
All right.
You weren't here at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
well,
So you wanted to just read the top message,
my service went late, and that is on me for not.
but
knowing
you
how late it was
you
gonna
wanted
end.
him to read that to blame me.
Yeah. But I knew you weren't here at 1.
I was not here at 1. I was here at
So,
1:30.
whose
That's
fault?
my
Can you
bad.
acknowledge that you just tried to throw me on the bus a little bit there?
I did.
Okay.
Tried to
all right,
gaslight
In
thank
us.
you.
fact,
and
I
then-
tried
try
to
to
drive the
gaslight
bus.
you.
Actually,
All right, question number 8. Golly.
I'm sorry, family, for being late.
Yeah, it's okay. We love him. Hey, shout out to the Moore family. We love you. We're helping you out by keeping Garrett here.
Well,
So,
no, what makes it really bad that I'm late is they're celebrating birthdays, and mine is one of the ones being celebrated.
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
When's your birthday?
May.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh,
Golly,
no,
what
we
the-
can't cut it. Oh my
This is
god.
What the
They're
crap,
gonna
bro?
dox
This is top secret, bro.
They're gonna steal my
I
tax
got him.
return.
I got him, Will.
They're gonna steal my tax return if I say my birthday on the podcast. They're gonna get my social security.
Hey, you joke about that, man. You don't know who our
No,
listeners
see,
are.
okay. What? Don't tell us the year, but what?
May 27th.
May 27th.
May
Okay.
27th. I wish them a
Oh,
happy
so
birthday.
that's Tuesday.
Yeah, and so
Nice.
like we've got 3 birthdays in May in our family,
I see.
plus Labor Day, and so we're just like one
Labor
event
Day.
for them all.
I did text him happy
Labor Day?
birthday.
What? Labor Day.
Oh, Memorial Day.
Labor Day is in
sorry.
September, bro. Yeah, Memorial Day.
They're
I,
so adjacent.
I texted
though.
him happy birthday because I
No, they're
totally
not.
forgot it.
They're not.
What do you mean?
They're not adjacent, but it's like
They're not
Memorial and
adjacent.
Labor Day. It's
Not even
They're not
close.
interchangeable.
they're kind of same vibes.
No,
though,
no,
where
they're
it's
not.
You get the day off. You go
No,
to the
no,
pool.
you are
have a
completely missing.
cookout.
Oh my gosh, you're about to catch these.
You're about to
hands.
get canceled by the military, bro.
Dude,
Okay, I know the
Memorial
difference.
Day has such a deeper meaning than Labor Day does, and we're remembering the people that gave their lives for our country. And
Yes.
Do you remember what country
you
you're in
need
right
to
now?
relax.
I'm sorry.
You
That's
need to
my
take
bad.
you need to take 7 pills.
I do
down.
know there is a difference. I feel like they're
Chill
celebrated.
pills.
They are celebrated somewhat similarly within how they're both at like the gates of summer.
I don't
the opening
celebrate
and end.
Memorial Day. I observe it.
Gosh, one's the pearly gates, my friend. You need
Here's
to
what's
be
happening.
careful.
Here's what's happening right now. You need to say, you know what? You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What's
That's
the
what
most,
you need to
what's the
say.
most powerful answer?
I
you
don't
can
know.
say?
People have cookouts on Memorial Day.
so that's what makes it the same as Labor Day is they have a cookout.
I don't.
They're celebrated in similar ways.
They're not You don't celebrate
You
Memorial
don't
Day.
celebrate.
You observe it.
it. You know, I'm just done. I'm done.
Perfect.
I'm giving up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Golly, that was crazy.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, we love
That's
you.
my
We love
bad.
you. We love you. All right.
Unhinged.
So my question is this number 8 or 9?
I don't know. We've got
8 is question number 8. All right, I have a great question 10, so I have to get 8
Oh,
and
okay.
9 right there. All right, number 8. If you could morph into a dragon, right? And like either if you want to do like Lord of the Rings dragon, or you want to do like Asian dragon, where it's like Mushu, where it's like a little thinner,
a wyvern.
like a longer one. Whatever dragon breathes fire, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But every time you turn into a dragon, one person, a close friend or family member, we won't say who, it randoms each time it's different, gets turned into a pig. A fat, gross looking pig. And you don't get to choose who it is. And they're a pig
as long as you're
as long as you're a dragon. Do you accept the ability, and how often do you do it?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I accept
I
it.
accept it. I burn down Huddle House and then go home and don't use the power again.
What?
Burn down Huddle
Burn
House.
a Huddle House.
I don't
There's
like
a lot.
Huddle House.
There's a lot of Huddle Houses. You'd have to burn
The
down.
one
a lot
that
of
gave
them.
me food poisoning.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
so,
there's a personal vendetta.
so there's a
against
personal
Huddle
vendetta.
House.
Personal. This is
so
personal.
someone within your top 5, like closest friends, family, is just gonna be a pig while you burn down Huddle House. What if they're
It'll
at
be
work?
quick. It'll be quick.
Okay.
How close do they have to be be considered close friends and family?
Ooh.
I mean, like Anna's on the table.
Well, yeah.
So like,
Liam.
if they live in Colorado and I haven't texted them in 2 months,
What? No.
We're talking like-
that's probably not your top 5.
we're talking about like how you have close friends who you don't talk to with all the time.
Are you worried that you might be a pig if I turn to a dragon?
I don't know.
Wait, try to turn into
I'm
a
no-
dragon
I'm top
and
6.
see if
I'm top-
Ben turns into a pig.
Wait. Would you do it though? That'd be kinda
Yeah,
sick.
absolutely.
What would be the first thing you do as a dragon? Like, is there
don't
something
know.
you want to do?
Just fly around, man.
I mean, he's got personal event. He's going to go do grand arson.
I hear dragons.
It's for the greater
Yeah.
good.
I hear dragons steal pigs from farmers.
Dude, I just fly around for a little while.
I think that's what I do too. I'd
Yeah.
fly around.
Yeah, and then have my close friends rotate.
Mhm.
You know, like, hey guys, like I'll give you a ride on a dragon.
Well,
Just,
you
like,
said it's
rotate.
random.
Can you?
Yeah, but if they're all in the same place,
Here's my question.
I turn to a dragon. One of them turns to a pig. Like, well, it's not your turn.
If I die as a dragon, do I stay a dragon in death? And so,
What?
Oh, I don't know.
so if I die as a dragon, would that permanently make whoever was a pig a pig? Because I'm going to say this: if the U.S. government sees a dragon,
really
they're
good
going to
question.
shoot it down. The U.S. government's going to be like, unidentified creature.
That is a risk
Shoot a
you
missile.
gotta take.
We're gonna say that if you die, you turn back into a human in death, and the pig is no longer a pig.
No longer a pig. Yeah, they become the dragon.
the dragon, and
Yeah.
you turn into a pig in
Oh
death.
boy.
Oh gosh! All right, question
was
number
crazy.
9. I like that. Sorry, that was funny. All right, question number 9 is one that I've been thinking about for a while. Is in this one? This one's going. I'm not going to try and get blasphemous with this, so be careful how I say this. But one of my favorite things to think about as a thought exercise is if God spoke to you and said, "Hey, I want you to write a book to be into the Bible, like a letter. What letter would you write to the church? What would be the main topic?" You know how Paul writes all these letters to all these churches and all these communities. If you were tasked upon to write a letter, what would that letter theme be about?
Loving everyone doesn't mean that you affirm people's emotions. Anything that they feel emotionally, that like this is my truth and this is my emotions, and you're affirming bad behavior. That's not what love means. Love is being truthful and speaking truth to them about what it says in God's word. That's what that means.
Yeah.
So right now, I think we live in a time where we affirm delusions all the time because it's how I feel and it's my truth. There's not your truth, my truth. There's the truth, and it's scriptural. So I think that's what my letter would be.
Wow, that's a great letter. I like that. Letter J to the church.
Yeah, Book of Jacob.
The book of Jake.
Book of Jacob.
Check it. All right, Garrett.
Book of Garret.
I think it's a good thought exercise because it makes you have to like reflect,
Yeah.
but also like Paul writes these to call out people, but also to lift them up and like this is how you can do this. Like,
Yeah.
That's
but yeah,
That's
that's a tough question.
that
maybe
is
that's a
definitely
full.
tough
Maybe that's a
question.
longer conversation
be.
for a longer
That might be.
podcast.
Might be a
That's a good
tag
one.
a tag onto this episode.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Jackson, my little mental note. Let's do that for a future episode. I think people would like that, enjoy that. Will's over here like, yeah, I'll do that. That's cool. Do you want to do like a short answer just
Yeah,
so?
I'm trying to think of the things that
Because
I've
question 10 is great. It's fantastic.
struggled with that I think have helped. I would say learning that it's not all about you,
God,
especially with
Yeah.
like God.
Yeah.
And it's like if
Yeah.
you really want to know yourself, you know God, because He's the one who's going to reveal yourself to you. And
Yeah,
so I think,
yeah.
especially when we serve others, we have the habit of making it about ourselves and not about God. And so one of the best things that I've been told that has helped me so much has been
like
something
that. I
along
like
the
that.
lines of, hey, listen, dude, it is not at all about what you can do. It's about what God can do with you.
Yeah.
And so, like, one thought that has come into my mind in the past few years is what I can do ultimately amounts to nothing. it is worthless. It is dust in the wind. What I can do does not matter at all.
Mm-hmm.
But what God can do through me
Mm-hmm.
has the potential to amount to everything.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So just don't trust what you can do. Trust what God can do. And if he has you be a part of that, great. If he doesn't have you be a part of that, also great. Don't get butthurt over it.
Might have to cut that
I
out,
can't.
too.
I can't wait to see that in writing in Garrett's book in the Bible. Don't get butthurt.
It's not all about you. God doesn't need to use you to change the world. He can use someone else.
You know, it reminds me. I don't know if you remember this, Garrett. I told you this back when you were in high school, many moons ago. Was there's two things you can always tell somebody to get them really like mad and kind of like upset. One of which is to look at them and go, "It's not about you." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you would be like, "I wasn't trying to make it about me." It's like,
they get
kinda
ramped up
yeah,
real
like,
quick.
you're making it about you right now. I was like, "I wasn't." You were trying to be like, classic.
What's the other one?
The second one is you look at them and go, "You're really immature." When you call someone immature, it attacks their soul, it attacks their being, and the first reaction is always
to
like,
act really immature.
is to act immature.
See, there's another one. That,
Dude, I'm doing psychological warfare, baby.
there's
Let's
another
go.
one there that works, and it's, hey, calm down.
Yeah, calm down.
Calm down. And it's especially if they're already
You
calm.
should-
You can work
You
them
should
up.
know that for
What?
your future relationship.
Never say calm down.
Don't say
Don't
calm
ever
down.
tell your wife to calm down.
Yeah. No,
That
I
you're asking for trouble.
See,
Yeah. What'd you say?
You need
Nothing.
To, you need to
I love
relax. You need to relax.
We've-
That's
Yeah.
that's a rough one.
we've done this on one of our buddies, and he was just fine.
Made that mistake before.
Hey, dude,
Let's take 5 deep breaths.
hey, dude, calm down. It's all right. And he was just showing. He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, it's all right. Calm down." What do you mean?
Yeah,
And
that's
then
when they that's when they
just
that's
start
when they
elevating.
that's when they ramp up.
Oh, I'll show you calm.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
All right, Ben 10, question number 10. We
This
made
question,
it here.
you've hyped this question up a lot.
Yeah,
This
I'm
better
really
be
excited
good.
for it. And this one's an either or.
Okay.
This kind of the theme of these questions so far, besides the last one, is which one is worse?
Ugh.
Slaughtering younglings or blowing up planet Alderaan?
Okay.
One is in billions of people. I think 13 billion to be exact. And one is
that
about
true?
30.
Was there 13 billion people?
I think it
on
was
Alderaan?
13 billion on Alderaan.
Like,
Fact check him.
Fact check me.
Or 15.
How many people were on Alderaan when it blew up? And then there's about, maybe we'll say 30-ish kids
Yeah.
hiding in this room
Yeah.
with a lightsaber. Master Skywalker triggered him. Really kind of the kid's fault. But which one do you think is worse?
So
based off the math,
Right?
alone.
It's like,
So
like,
hard.
Ethically. But one's very like brutal and personal. And one's just like, boop, press the button.
Well, let's
that's
think
the
about,
struggle I have.
think about the
2
math.
billion? There's 2 billion.
Think
2
about the
billion, not
math
13.
alone. It's millions,
will.
if not hundreds of thousands times the amount. And there's way more kids on Alderaan. It's a bit less
Yeah,
personal.
2 billion is what.
But like,
what
what percent of that 2 billion is kids? You got to
Funny.
think it's millions of those
well,
are
kids'
kids.
lives are just as valuable as everybody else's lives.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're millions of people more than the younglings.
Yeah, but one's like a button. You never looked at it, you know?
You didn't look these people in the face.
Yeah.
I think that might be
If
worse.
I told you right now that 1 billion people were gone, nobody you know or have ever met,
I would-
versus everybody in this room got brutally stabbed in the face, which one do you think is a little more?
Yeah, what's worse for you?
What's worse for me is the second one, but you have to think just mathematically, like Jake said.
That's
it's
the
not all about your feelings. It's not about
Yeah.
I feel bad for
But
these 30
this is a very personal answer though.
Yeah.
It's relative
It's a
to
very
how you,
ethical question.
it's
and we're just
relative to
using
how
Star
you think
Wars.
about it. If you're thinking about it,
Well, now to be fair, he did both of
he did both.
them. so both of them are pretty
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's not either or. It's both and.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It might be the younglings because
Yeah.
because the reason he did it was he got butthurt. Because they called him master and he wasn't, and he got his
Yeah.
feelings hurt.
I'm not a master. He was so edgy.
Well, they don't show them the deleted scenes. Is he actually like crying while he's doing his?
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine if that scene was shot? That's like a deleted scene
Man.
somewhere.
Imagine
Oh,
if one of
man.
the kids had
That'd be
sand
terrible.
they would have all been safe.
Oh,
Throw
sand.
sand at
Ah!
Sand.
I hate
Mr.
this.
Skywalker, there's too many of them. Pocket sand.
Pocket
How do you
sand.
know my weakness? Oh, God.
We watched episode 2.
So, I'll say, I saw something really funny. I texted this to Ben. Dr. Squatch had like this line of Star Wars themed soaps, and saw the Darth Vader one, looking at the main ingredients. First one on the list. Sand. The main ingredient of the Darth Vader soap. And I was like, this is so ironic.
Like, this is attacking who he is.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's really funny. That's a really hard question, and I don't think I can give you a definitive answer.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one. Ben 10, we asked the tough questions
Yeah.
here.
Pizza or taco, I can tell you what I want
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Which one's worse, Alderaan or the Younglings? I can't.
I'm standing.
Can I fly or
with
swim?
Alderaan.
I can swim.
See,
You know, like-
this is that confidence I'm talking to you
I'm
about.
standing.
This
that
is
Alderaan
what
the
I'm
worst
talking to you
one.
about. It's just this confidence in like
I
this
think both are terrible,
ethical
both are
dilemma.
immoral.
Hey.
But just looking at the numbers alone, I'm gonna go Alderaan.
Jay, what was your answer?
I don't know.
And that's the most powerful answer. That was the whole test.
Sounds like I should have
It's
your
a
Jay.
matter of opinion. I
Every
know my
single
opinion.
question that we had today was a test for you to say, I don't
Sounds
know.
like I should have your job, Garrett.
Gosh. Hey, congratulations to Jake. He's the new youth minister. We're really proud of him. Only part-time. So,
All right, I guess I need to go get my software development hat ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Crow's
couldn't
Nest is
do
no
what
more.
I do.
Hey, I'm Java certified. I'll have you know.
We don't use Java.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, gosh. Well, I want to say
I
just a couple.
cannot do it. Then you're right.
Will, appreciate you being here in the studio, even though you're off mic and camera. So you could or could not be here.
Will, you're the best.
But he did Google Alderaan for us. Producer Payne, appreciate you and all the editing and all the stuff you do, man. Just appreciate you. He's back there. He's the best. He's got a purple iMac. It looks pretty sick. And then always want to thank my guests, Jake and Garrett. You two have been awesome. Hilarious episode. Appreciate it. You're the best. Congrats on your stuff, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Garrett thinks Labor Day is better than Memorial Day.
Yeah,
That is not
yeah.
true. I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
I don't-
All right.
You observe Memorial Day.
Yep.
You celebrate Labor Day.
You're saving face with no one right now. All right. We appreciate you subscribing to the
something.
podcast. These two will be back because it's greatly demanded. Until next time, peace.